simplest way to explain it when somebody, it's like for me trying to find the beach on a Friday night when you just head west. I'm a half hour away from it. I mean, I got lost. It's not.
People that have been trapped in purgatory that have come back to life, like their clinical death experience. Now, when I was in purgatory, I moved through the crowd, and then I saw the light, and I went to heaven. And I wasn't allowed into heaven. But I saw the people. I saw my loved ones, all the pets that I had, all my grandparents. They showed up, but they said it wasn't my time. But I was shown that. And I was given specific messages by St. Michael the Archangel while I was at the gate, which have proven to be true. But these people don't have that. But the people that do have the clinical death experiences and end up in purgatory temporarily, they say what helps them, and I believe this, is all the people that pray for them, because their prayers shoot over their heads and illuminate them and help them get their bearing so that they go to God.
Right. It's they're putting their. It's when we die. It's like being reborn again. It's like we go through a lot of pain, but then it relieves us, and then we feel this a relief in a way. But then when we're put into this new world, it's scary for a lot of people because they don't know. It's like going to a brand new place that nobody has ever seen.
Right. Do you know when we're given the choice to come back, the people that have these clinical death experiences?
Yes.
When we're given the opportunity to come back, we don't want to come back.
Yes.
In other words, the world is horrible compared to the other side. So it's not death that I fear. It's the process of dying, maybe. I don't want to look forward to that. It's painful, it's scary. But when you die, you're invigorated, you're charged up, you're rewarded for all your efforts on Earth. So I want people to realize that. It's not a scary thing. And when someone's loved one dies, or a pet, like, I'm not going to say whose pet is now in jeopardy, but it's not the end. They're there at the other side, and they're going to wait for you when your time comes, and they're going to greet you. They're going to greet you, and it's a wonderful experience. It is absolutely wonderful.
It's just the death image that leaves that negative image in our mind. It's when most people think, I have this friend that's about 95 years old, and when she thinks of dying, when her mom died, I try to help her see where her mom is now, but sometimes it's hard for her to get past that point. She just had a son that died recently, and he is 62 years old, and it's hard to see your family go when you're at that age and knowing you're close to going for her in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. For the listeners who don't know anything about me, I am a third-generation religious demonologist. So, I know what my grandfather went through, I know what my father went through, and obviously I know what my colleagues are going through. When my grandfather died, he saw demons around him.
Oh.
Okay? And he was screeching. He was so horrified. But that is not the image that I'm left with, because he will be my grandfather was rescued by an archangel. And even though he was surrounded, he wasn't pulled under by them. And everyone that lives a good life, a decent life, right, is going to be rewarded. So you have nothing to fear, really.
No, but when you were talking about the exorcism earlier, what exactly is the process? What is the experience like going through all this stuff?
Well, first of all, there's a big process to determine whether or not a person really is demonically attached, it has a demonic attachment, or whether they have a real possession of themselves, or whether it's another issue. It could be an issue. Most of the time, it might be a mental illness, or it might be a perceptual problem where they think they see something, but it's not really there. But they're not insane, but they think something's happening.
Right.
Or it could be a substance abuse problem. So one of the roles of the demonologist. The demonologist is a fact finder. He or she is a detective. He or she goes in and tries to prove or disprove the reality of the situation. So I would go in and, what could cause this problem? The person is experiencing these symptoms. Can I explain them through physics, through chemistry, through historical reasons? If not, then maybe I have a medical doctor or doctors and psychiatrists check this person out. What's happening? What's going on? Have they experienced a traumatic brain injury? Are they addicted to a drug, or even one of my favorite cases that I love to cite is that a person contacted me and said that she was being attacked by demons,
okay,
and that they were incubus. In other words, it was a demon that pretends to be a male, and basically it was molesting her every night and touching her in inappropriate places.
Yeah.
So this is the incubus. Actually, it's the same demon. Demons don't have any gender, but a demon can actually assume a female persona or a male persona. So if it's a female persona, it's a succubus. That would go after men, But anyway, what I found out from this woman was, A, she wasn't crazy. B, she was experiencing something. But what happened is she was taking prescriptive medications for her diabetes and her Parkinson's disease. And the combination between the diabetic medicines and the Parkinson's medication, I had to research it, and in 17% of all cases from people that took this medication, they experienced, quote, phantom hands touching them in inappropriate places. So, then I contacted her and said, go to your doctor, say you have these symptoms, you looked it up in the Merck manual, you talked to your pharmacist friends, and is this a viable explanation for why you feel you're having this? And bingo, yeah, that was it. They changed the medications around, she didn't have phantom hands touching her. So I am not one of these people that go into a house, and it has been done in the past. I am not one of these people that goes, ooh, I feel evil. Oh, I wouldn't want to live here. Oh, something scary in the closet. Oh, something worse is under the bed. I do not want to do that. I want a rational explanation to come forward first. And then when we explore and exhaust all those possibilities, only then do I say, okay, this can't be explained any other way. This person is rational. They're not on drugs. They're not trying to prank me, because that's another thing. People contact me and they want to be on a TV show or something. And number one, I don't do, I don't do that sort of thing. And if I did do something like a TV show, it would be very dignified. In other words, I'm not going to go on YouTube and publish their stuff. Confidentiality is extremely important to me.
Right. You care about the people that you work with, and you're not trying to expose them. That's not the idea. You're trying to help them.
Exactly. And then, so if a person says, wow, do you think I could get on TV? It's like, no. If you're asking me about TV, you're not really haunted, because people that come to me that have legitimate hauntings, demonic problems, for example, they say, Al, I'm ready to jump off the roof. I am scared. I'm scared for my children. We're sleeping in the living room. We feel like we're being attacked. We can't function. We do not sleep. We're about to lose our job. We're about to lose our house. Please help us. That's what they do. They don't go, oh, wow, I can get a YouTube video out of this and make it. Yeah. those are the people like that do come to me, and I go, sorry, I'm not the person that you want to get involved with, because I will expose you. Because the thing about demonologists are we expose the truth, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We want to get at the truth, because the truth is something that demons cannot comprehend. That's one of the things, and it's like a spotlight on them.
Now, when you're in the midst of all this, what is some of the physical activity going on within the room? What are people seeing?
Okay, so what happens is that there are a number of different types of manifestations, and first of all, one of the first things that you notice, now, people like me,
right,
some of them, and definitely many of the exorcists, have different gifts from the Holy Spirit. So these gifts include the gift of discernment, the gift of empathy, the gift of awareness, the gift of tongues, etc., etc., etc. And I don't have all of the gifts, but I have a lot of the gifts. So the thing that happens to me is when I go within X number of feet of someone who's possessed, it is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a lightning bolt hitting me. It's like, holy cow, something's wrong. I got to keep my eyes open. I'm in danger. Everyone around here is in danger. And then it slowly, sometimes I can see the entities like if they were totally solid. And sometimes I can't. Sometimes it's just something about this person, something around I got to keep, and then the signs show up. And so, one of the signs is maybe a sudden change in personality. Like someone, a client called me up and said, my son is being possessed. And okay. Great.
Okay.
Yeah, and you take that with a grain of salt, because basically every teenage kid in the world seems to go through a personality change.
Oh, great.
Exactly. So it's like, I'm not going to jump over the table and drive a stake in the heart just because this guy came home drunk, one night.
So he calls you and tells you my son's possessed, and then you.
Yeah. So there's definitely changes in personality. So I went into the situation. The kid's supposedly possessed. I said, can I talk to the child? And they talked to me, and they were really lovely, and they talked to me rationally, and, thank you for helping me, Mr. Willem, et cetera, et cetera. All of a sudden, the personality changes, and it's like, I don't want to talk to you. After you, get the hell out of my house. That was not normal. You could tell a personality change. This guy changed from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde.
So, okay. My question, and I'm sure, we both believe in demons big time, but what makes that person not schizophrenic, or how could you tell between the mental side to the being possessed? What's the difference there?
But that's it. That's only one of 24 different things that go on. Okay. So you don't take it on one test. You don't take it on one indication. So while that's happening, you're getting, when you're around a demon, you feel like you're, and Malky Morton said this, Solva Malky Morton, you feel like you're in an alien presence. And it's really true. There's nobody as an empath, different people feel different. I know that as a human being. I know that when a pet is in the room, pets have unconditional love. Absolutely. But
yes.
When you're around a demoniac, that's what's called, a demoniac is a person that has been possessed by demons. Okay. You feel waves of hatred. I mean, I cannot describe it. It's like... Okay.
So you're talking about then the presence of evil, the presence of the devil, demons, the cold, the room gets cold, the feeling of what evil is.
Right, and, it's not that it just gets cold. When you're around a regular ghost, they sometimes absorb energy from the atmosphere, and the room then gets colder, maybe 10 degrees colder. A demon, when you're around a demon, for example, you experience psychic cold and psychic heat. And what that means is it doesn't feel like the temperature has gone down 10 points. it feels like you're in sub-degree, whatever. It feels like you're in 10 degrees Fahrenheit.